He's a retired top-tier secret agent, but a gang of small-time thugs actually kidnapped his daughter. One of them even held up her photo and made a licking gesture. Right now, Jack cares only about his daughter's whereabouts. Doing this is tantamount to courting death. Without hesitation, Jack began to unleash his fighting prowess. All by himself, he quickly knocked out more than 20 thugs in the room. The few who still tried to resist were all sent flying by Jack. The redhead, who had been so arrogant just moments ago, was instantly beaten into a state of wailing. But Jack still didn't stop, because he had tracked his daughter Anna's phone location. It was right here. He grabbed an iron bar. Even if he had to tear the place apart today, he was determined to find out his daughter's whereabouts. Faced with Jack's terrifying intensity, Redhead completely caved in and hurriedly explained that he didn't know Anna at all and had never even seen her. It turned out they were just a small gang of cell phone thieves. One of his henchmen had traded a bottle of liquor with a homeless man for Anna's phone, but no one could have imagined that the owner of this phone would have such a terrifying background. The first time Redhead turned on the phone, he took a liking to the innocent Anna, but after scrolling through the photo album, he couldn't find any more pictures. Even stranger, the contact list contained only 2 entries. One was her father, Jack, and the other was her best friend. During this time, Redhead accidentally dialed Jack's number. Although he hung up immediately, he had already revealed his location. Jack's forceful actions along the way quickly spread his reputation throughout both the underworld and law enforcement. First, the North Korean intelligence agency discovered him, because Jack had once been an undercover agent sent by South Korea. After infiltrating the North Korean military, he personally eliminated the agency's deputy director. All these years, North Korea had maintained a top-level wanted file on him. As soon as facial recognition picked up his trail, they immediately dispatched Agent Number 66, an operative whose capabilities matched his own, to eliminate him before anyone else could. Meanwhile, the South Korean intelligence agency had also tracked Jack down, but they weren't there to arrest him. They were there to protect him, because if Jack fell into North Korean hands, not only would they lose an ace agent, but a massive amount of classified information could be compromised. So no matter what, they had to find him before the North Koreans did. However, by this time, Agent 66 had already secretly infiltrated South Korea and made contact with their agents already embedded there, securing weapons and information on Jack. Meanwhile, following Jack's instructions, his female colleague Rachel arrived at the school to investigate Anna's whereabouts, unaware that Agent 66 had also found his way there. It turned out he had first gone to Jack's house, where he ran into the South Korean agents assigned to protect Jack. A fierce battle erupted between them, and Agent 66 barely managed to escape. He then learned that Jack was frantically searching for his daughter, so he tracked her down to the school. Just then, he stumbled upon a group of thugs, extorting protection money from students. He didn't want to get involved at first, but when he heard that the victim was one of Anna's classmates, Agent 66 immediately took an interest. In just a few moves, he took down the thug who had provoked him, and then asked about Anna's whereabouts. But the boy said Anna had been suspended. She hadn't been to school for several days, and he didn't have Anna's contact information, only her best friend's phone number and location. Afterward, Number 66 rushed to the girl's dormitory. Using his friend's phone to track her location, he successfully pinpointed Anna's whereabouts. But just as he was leaving, he happened to pass by Rachel. Drawing on her years of experience as a secret agent, Rachel immediately sensed that this man was no ordinary person. Although he couldn't see his face clearly, his silhouette was captured by a dash cam. Meanwhile, it wasn't just the intelligence agencies of 2 countries searching for Jack. The girl who had been bullying Anna turned out to be the daughter of a South Korean gang leader. Her parents noticed her recent unusual behavior. She had locked herself in her room for several days in a row, so they secretly checked her phone. That's when they discovered that their daughter had been bullying Anna all along and had even hired a thug to teach her a lesson. As a result, because the thug went too far, they mistakenly believed Anna was dead, so they hired someone else to dispose of the body. Upon learning the truth, the boss immediately sent bodyguards to track down the thug. He intended to silence both him and Jack, but unexpectedly discovered that Jack was an extremely dangerous individual. The bodyguards then rushed to the police station to investigate Jack, only to find that all his records had been sealed. They couldn't find any information. It was only at that moment that the gang leader finally realized he had crossed paths with no ordinary person. Meanwhile, Jack was still frantic over not being able to find his daughter. He wanted to check her phone for clues. But just then, a figure suddenly appeared and pressed a gun against Jack's temple. It was Number 66 who had just arrived. How will Jack escape this predicament? The answer will be revealed in the next episode.